The second pillar in our program is lure training. Now, lure training is getting our dog to follow our hands so they can interpret what we would like them to do. A lot of people teach their dogs to pay attention to them at their face specifically. That will come without us having to focus on it, by us just naturally getting our dog's attention, and it'll come with, acknowledgement and respect. But what we don't want is, we don't want our dog to stare at our face and ignore our hands or think that we're trying to trick them with our hands. Some trainers will teach hand signals for a specific motion, like this means sit, this means down, or whatever the case may be. We do it a little bit different. Lure training is following my hand. My palm is the target. So how I hold is, I like to put it in the base of my middle finger, and then I'll cover it, and the palm is the target. Since I'm covering it like this, my dog can be sniffing and even munching with some dogs, and they're not going to be able to get it. Just like if you are trying to feed a horse, you want your hand to be flat so they can grab the treat. That's the same sort of thing. If I have chompy dogs that are really excited for the treat, I don't have to worry about getting bit if I deliver my treat like this, where if I decide to deliver my treat like this, they're going to get my hands because they're not confident that you're not going to drop the treat, or they can't really tell the difference between what your hand and the treat is. So we have the treat here. I cover. As if we want to start working on fading, we go here. But to start out, this is our goal. Palm is the target, and that is important. With lure training, I can do a lot of dynamic things. I can do a lot of different positions, and then I can also do something like spot. I mark the behavior that I want repeated. I wanted all 4 of her paws on this location. I can and then I can lure her off. So she's confident that if she follows my hand and interprets it the best that she can, that she'll get what she wants. And that is what we're doing. We're going to introduce it first in a very easy, simple way, 1 step at a time, adding the steps. But first, we need them to be very confident that following it is the right answer, which is not natural for most dogs. So we have Riley here. She's done a few days of lure training. I like anything above their head to mean sit. So I'll start, and I'll just, if it's above the head and she sits, I'll mark that because I want it repeated and give them the treat. That's the very first thing that we'll do, is hand above the head means sit. That becomes anything above the head is sit in any position. But we need them to be confident in following it. So the other part is, we have the treat. It's right in their face. And I'm going to move my body away first. And then once they follow, I'll stop moving my body away and just move my hand. Once she confidently moves for it, I'm going to mark that behavior and release my thumb to give the treat. So she's munching on it, she wants it, but she's not getting it. I move my body away, she follows, I stop moving my body, just move my arm, mark, and reward. What I'm doing right now is I'm teaching my dog to confidently go behind me, which is one of the most important things in our positional training. Once again, I mark right before I give the treat. While I'm going behind, if you notice my shoulders, I'm doing a bowling-like motion where I'm not turning my body. If I bowled like this and I turned my body, I would throw it into the other lane. I need to have my arm go back while my chest and my shoulders are still straight. So when I'm backing up and then going back, giving the treat. The other thing to get her more confident in following lure is circles, where I'm going to 180 my hand. The palm is the target, so she knows to turn around. We want her to not stay on her butt the best that she can. We want her to confidently change directions when I spin my hand around. This is going to make her, oh, come on. I move my body away when she starts wanting to sit and whatnot. And we want to make it just easy enough to where she'll keep going, but complicated enough to where she's having to work for it. So it was a negative marker because she didn't rotate the way that I wanted her to. Good job. So straight lines are much easier. As you can tell, she's having a little bit of a harder time, where she very confidently goes for that treat. She's having a little bit harder time with the rotation. Above the head. Good job. Good job. And now we only want to do this for 2-3 minutes when we're first teaching a dog, because we don't want them to go, this is stressful, this is hard, it's too hard, I don't enjoy it, start having a negative association with lure training and not wanting to engage with us. The way that we stop that is we do, 2-3 sessions a day when we're doing just very simple tasks that they can easily perform for treats, and then we cut it off. We choose to end it before they choose to end it. If they choose to end it, they're going to have a negative association. If we choose to end it, we can start having a positive association because they go, oh, I remember we were playing, we were doing that really simple game, I was getting a lot of treats. Yes, I do want to play that game, and they're excited for the next time. So, once again, treat, palm is the target. I move my body away and then my arm. If she is having trouble following the lure, I'm going to move my body because that's going to motivate her to move her body. But once I get her to follow, I'll stop moving my body and just move my arm. Good job. Good job. We're going to do that for 2 to 3 minute sessions, 3 to 5 times before we move on to the next one. We don't want to rush the beginning, because if she's not confidently moving behind me or being able to do 2 to 3 circles at a time without sitting her butt on the ground, then she's not ready to do the positions. She'll start spinning around in front of me instead of going all the way behind me. She'll stop. It's just gets sloppy quick if we don't build our foundation the correct way. Take 3-minute sessions to teach our dog to go behind us and spin around confidently while marking the correct time and behaviors to repeat it and have a positive association to set you up well for the future.